Hello, everybody. Don't know how many folks are off work and able to talk today, but I'm hoping we got a few members of the family available. I'm going to give it a second and try to let everybody come on in. As always, y'all, welcome to your sister's house. We happy to have you here visiting with the royal family. Your presence means a whole lot. And we want to be able to talk about some real stuff on top of the foolishness, too. We got to have fun, but we also got to keep it balanced, y'all. You know that. So, what I wanted to get at today is I want to talk about accountability and what it looks like when it's healthy. Hey, Kesey. Hey, Delicia. I knew I had some kin folks in the building. How y'all doing? I'm glad you're here. You know, we've been having a lot of fun over the last few days, being silly and messy and whatnot. And it's fun. It's cool to be a little messy every now and then, but sometimes we got to make sure we don't lose the message and all the mess. So we're going to have fun as usual. We wouldn't be the royal family if we didn't have fun, do a little dragging, and cut up a little bit. We got to do it, right? Because we got to have that balance. But at the same time, we also got to have the message. Also got to have the message. So that's also very, very, very important. So y'all come on in. I'm happy to see you. Hey, Miss Karen. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Laythel. Hey, Zaline. Ross Joy online. Me holler at everybody. Essence 818. Sister, how you doing? Kadiatu. Good to see you, sister. I'm glad that the family is coming in. Ray all day. Steph M. Y'all look here. All my sisters is in here. Look at what's really going on. Look at what's really going on. So what we talking about today, y'all? Well, actually, before I start running my mouth, because y'all know I start talking and we'll forget about all the important stuff, right? So what I want to get at, oh, you got the grandbaby. Okay. Thank you, U.S. Army brat. She got my back. Y'all, please like this video as you come in. Aaron, how you doing with your beautiful self? Sheila Briscoe, how you? So what I want to talk about today is the good part of accountability. Holding ourselves accountable, holding each other accountable, right? It's not always a matter of, you know, coming down on somebody when you hold them accountable. I think that there are positive steps that we can take to accountability. And I want to talk about what it looks like when accountability is healthy. Yes, I know that's right. That's my thing. I want us to really and truly consider one man band. How you doing, darling? I'm trying to holler at everybody, so forgive me now. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Hey, Alondra, I love you. Good to see you. So we're gonna talk about the good side of accountability today. We're gonna talk about what it looks like when we hold our sisters accountable, when we hold ourselves accountable, and it's done in a healthy way. Because y'all know there's a healthy way to do it. We can hold each other accountable and be real about it, be very real about it, and still not take away, their light. We don't want to do it in a way, especially when it's people that we love. We don't want to do it in a way that you completely just finish them. You don't want to finish them by holding them accountable. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of accountability, especially for people you love, is so that they get better. And for yourself. Because I think sometimes we can be hard on ourselves too, y'all. Sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves that we can't even come back from what we do wrong. We have to give other people room to come back from their wrongdoing, and we have to give ourselves room to come back from it. So I saw something online. I'm gonna tell you, I saw something online that had to do with Shakari Richardson. It was an open letter from LSU, and y'all may have seen it. I hope you did because it touched me. I ain't gonna lie. It really, really, really touched me. Hey, Brown Skin Beauty 52. Exactly. I saw it. And what I saw in that video was, y'all, they were holding her accountable, but they did it with all the right steps, which was acknowledging what happened, right? Identifying with her in that moment, and then encouraging her past that moment. And that's what I want to talk about is us being able to identify, not identify, but acknowledge it. We gotta admit when stuff is wrong. Hey, Macy, how you doing, sister? Nell, how you? Francis Dollard, I'm glad y'all here. So that's what I want to talk about today. We want to dig into those steps, acknowledging that something was wrong. A lot of times we get this thing twisted where we think that holding somebody, people that we love, we think standing by them means pretending like what they did wasn't wrong. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all don't know what I mean. You got people that, they feel like in order for you to be loyal to them, you got to pretend like they right when they wrong. That ain't, to me, that's not love. That ain't friendship. Ain't nothing real about that. If your friend is wrong, you need to say it, and you need to be able to say it. You should feel comfortable saying that. If you're my friend, I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. Understand me. I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. I'm not gonna get you in public and try to humiliate you. That's not what love looks like. But I'm going to definitely tell you clearly when you're wrong. Hey P, how you doing? Yes, Aaron, exactly. And so that's the thing. We gotta acknowledge, that pull to the side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we got to pull our people to the side, our folks, the people we love, the ones in our circle, and say, what you did wasn't right. But that's not a moment to rub their face in anything, or to not let them rebound or come back from it, and then encourage them to be able to come back from it. Because always remember, just like it's hard for you to forgive yourself, it may be hard for them to forgive themselves too. So don't ever put them in a position where they feel like they cannot come back from a mistake that they made. ATL and Stan, family, how you doing? She says sometimes people will not publicly hold friends accountable. They just jump on the bandwagon. I won't say anything unless it's privately. I agree. I agree. Maxine say a friend should definitely pull your coattail on bad behavior. Exactly. Hey, Carrie Smith, how you doing? So y'all see where I'm coming from with it. So, acknowledging something is not right is the first step. Hey sis, that wasn't right. You got to be able to say it. We got to be able to say it, right? And then after we acknowledge it, I think it's important for us to identify, so that sister or that brother, but right now we talking about the sisters, okay? But so that way that sister doesn't feel alone in that moment, and she doesn't feel alone in her feelings. Let your sister know, hey, I've been there, I understand. Identify with her. If you haven't been in that exact same situation, I guarantee you've been in something similar. So we have to consider, hey man, I've been in that spot. How did it feel for you? Did you feel like you were just crushing underneath the weight of your decisions? Y'all know we lose our cool, we do stuff sometimes, and then after the fact, we feel ridiculous. We judge ourselves, we hard on ourselves. So when those moments happen, identify with your sister. Don't let her feel alone in that moment. You know what I mean? Go there with her. And then after that, encouragement. Encouragement is everything. Encourage her after that moment. Aaron says, respect for listening and acknowledging that wrong also. It's all a learning lesson. That's true. That's true. So let me see if I can manage. Y'all know I be struggling, right? With this computer business. Okay, all right. Hey, Marcella. Marcella finally came in here to join us, y'all. So I'm glad she's here. I'm going to see if I can play this video so we can see it for the people who may have not seen it when it was on Instagram.
Dear Shakari,
sis,
in the last few weeks, you've experienced
the highest of highs
and the lowest lows.
Last week, finding out my biological mother passed away, and still choosing to pursue my dreams.
You've inspired
people from all walks of life
to stand in their greatness.
What we also know is we all make mistakes.
Mistakes that can be costly.
You know how I know?
You know how I know? Because I made them.
Because I made them.
They were hard.
They were painful.
And many
times.
self-imposed.
But you know what my mom always says? This too shall pass.
You will grow from this.
Girl,
Honey,
you gonna glow
glow.
from this.
You will.
You will become stronger. You will become wiser.
Okay, thank y'all so much. So y'all get the point with this video, right? And Delicia, thank you for the super chat. Delicia says, I was just in a situation is that 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago? And Miss Mason, thank you so much also for the super chat, sis. So y'all get the point. Like, I love the fact that they, made it their business to, kind of record this video and put it out there, because I think it showed a good example of what positive accountability looks like. No one, and it was nicely edited, y'all. Y'all know I couldn't have did nothing like that. I promise you I couldn't. I ain't got enough nothing to do nothing like that. But I like that they took the time to do it. And I love the message, because it was clear that they were holding her accountable, but it was clearly positive accountability. It was positive accountability. And Essence 818 says, you're right. That's a village move. You did it. It was wrong. There was a consequence, but there's also room for growth. That's all I'm talking about. See, that's what we really have to do. And Aaron Connor, you're right. That's how you rally around someone you truly care for. That's what I want to start seeing us do. And y'all know I keep saying we have the power to change the way things go. We have the power to change the narrative. It doesn't have to be what it's always been. The status quo is only the status quo because we let it be. This is the kind of thing we got to start doing. We got to start not only protecting our sisters, but we also have to hold our sisters accountable, and we have to hold ourselves accountable. Not to the point where you refuse to forgive yourself, but at least to the point where you can say, hey, I did that. That was wrong. That was messed up. I'm better than that. I know better than that. And I'm going to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we gotta be with this. And listen, that link is there. Delicia, you came back and let us know that was from 2 days ago. Sis, come tell us what went on if you don't mind. Or anybody else for that matter. Because what I want to have happen, hey God's butterfly, is for us to have an open dialogue about where we went wrong and how we can make that thing right. Marcella, you can't hear? Is Marcella the only person who can't hear? Y'all give me some ones. Let me know if you can hear. Two, if you can't hear, let me know what I need to do. Hey Lily, how you doing? Red lipstick hustler, Lily. I'm always happy when you stop through, sis. But in any event, okay, y'all can hear. Good, good, good. So, like, that's, to me, that's the most important part, is making sure that we get what we need to get out of these lessons. I hate that Shakari went through that. She's such a lovely young lady. She's been through so much. And, I want all of us to kind of stand behind her as the village. That's is just so true. If Essence 818 says, if there's a lesson learned, then it was purposeful. Okay, okay. Let me listen while I work. Shanitra just be having the good topics. Because I want to talk about sometimes things other than just the mess. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little messy. Y'all know the royal family, we good at messy. We can do messy, but we also need to be able to get the message too. You dig what I'm saying? We can't be all mess. Hey, pretty Miss G, how you doing? Hey, Pamela Vickers Tuttle, we happy to see you. We love you too. I'm glad you're here. Y'all, please hit the like button as you come in the room. So there's a lot of there's a lot of instances where we can see these things happen. There's a lot of times when we can see the example of negative accountability. And more times than not, we see each other, doing that. Like, when we do see accountability, a lot of times it is negative. Hey, Miss Ernestine. Hey, Shady Mercury. Yes, we're standing behind her. Exactly. And that's basically all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying. I'm not saying let nobody off the hook. If you do something wrong, you gotta just own it. Sometimes you just gotta own it, and it is what it is. But we always have the opportunity to turn it around and make something better out of it. We have to use our judgment, of course. There are some situations where you know, we can't handle it that way. And y'all know what I'm saying. But anytime we can, we have to look at our sisters the way we look at ourselves and try to remember when you were in a position similar, how you felt and how you would have liked for the village to handle you. Miss Maysine 13 says, this is a lesson learned and she will come back stronger. I believe that. I truly believe that. And P says, I have her back. People shouldn't be dogging her out. She probably thought it wouldn't show up, learn the lesson, and carry on. She probably didn't. She probably didn't, because, like, let's tell the truth. When we were younger, y'all know we didn't mess with the bubble gum, the reefer, whatever you want to call it. We all did it. Every one of us, every single one of us has done something that we thought we were gonna get by with and didn't get caught. For some of us, it was the reefer. We was messing with that stuff. And back then it was a little simpler because one, the THC count wasn't that high. And you could drink a little whatever. What was the stuff that everybody used to drink, y'all? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And clean your system out. People would tell you, oh, drink Serto and Gatorade, bleaching milk, all kind of nonsense we were doing, and thinking it wasn't gonna be in your system. And you had different reasons. And you're right. She was mourning her mama. A lot of things going on. And mind you, let me say this: the people who were around her, I understand that that they could understand and identify with her grieving. But at what point do we as the village kind of look at them sideways, like, y'all knew this girl was an athlete and was competing and was an Olympic hopeful? Why wouldn't they then decide, hey, try to encourage her not to do that? You know what I mean? Hey, Deborah Nichols, how you doing,
Hey,
sister?
hey, Sinitra, I love you.
I love you too. How you feeling today?
Oh, today is a better day. I just want to say, concerning hidden, those a lot of hidden things that only God knows about us.
Right, right.
And we can say whatever we want to say, but we know that's not the truth. Because you think about it, how many times young girls have had sex, but if God would allow that to happen, it would have been a baby.
Right.
And then
But
that
some
would
of us got away with it.
exactly. That would have told that we were having sex or drugs. We know how many times we did drugs. All of
That's
us
right.
did some entertainment of drugs or whatever in
Hmm.
our. If they would have knew, they would have killed us. But think about it. Some people died immediately because they had an allergic reaction,
Exactly.
or they got raped while they were under the influence.
Have mercy. But it's true now. It's true.
So then, think about that. You would have got caught. But a
That's
lot of
right.
people get caught in our sin.
And that's true. And that's why I feel like we should have that moment of identifying with our sister who is being held accountable. Let's identify. Because, like you said, Miss Deborah, everybody who messed up didn't get caught.
Didn't
Now
get
that's
caught.
just the truth. If I got caught for everything I did, we probably again would not be on here talking, having this nice conversation. I know for a fact there's some things had I been caught doing, either if my mama didn't kill me, them people would have put me under the jail.
But one thing.
So go
Mhm.
ahead, Miss Deborah.
I just know that my grandmama used to always say when I used to visit her every summer in Mississippi that what you do in the dark comes to the light. But
Hmm.
everybody, darkness don't come to the light. God
But it
sometimes just clear
but
it up for you.
But let me just tell you something, Miss Deborah. Your grandmama
Mhm,
wasn't lying. Big Mama wasn't lying. See,
mhm,
when them old people said that, it
mhm.
wasn't that always the exact deed that you did was gonna be known to the world. Sometimes the issue was that the the consequence of your action was gonna come to the light. So people might not have known that you did a whole bunch of drugs, but the fact that you wasn't able to go for certain jobs
Yep.
because you knew you couldn't pass that test, see, sometimes that's how it comes to the light.
Exactly.
We get caught sometimes up on the fact that, well, what I did, nobody found out, so I got away. You never get away. You only get by, you know?
Praise the Lord. But then I think about sometimes that's my grandson. Isaiah, you got to go. Grab on busy.
Hey, Seraphina
Say
speaks.
hi.
Hi.
Hey, handsome.
Okay, then you got to go back. Okay. But what I want to say is that young lady who had that in her system. You think about how many of us have different things in our system.
Hmm.
And we can be driving or get in the car and drive. Think about how many times people have drunken driving or drunk under the influence, but they want to judge her harshly. They want to forget about all the stuff that God could have shined the spotlight on them. And not only that, I just look at her, look at the ability, the strength, her muscles, her mind, stamina. Think about all the stuff we don't have. I wish I had her strength. I wish I
Girl,
had her endurance. She's not a bad person, and it's not over for her either. Whether she be lit up in a on the stands for winning an award of, like a trophy or whatever the case might be, God already gave her a trophy because He made her.
mm-hmm.
They won her, and there's no copycats. And not only that, she can learn from her mistake, and others can learn from her mistake. Let them.
Very true.
That's one thing I believe in. We can,
Mm-hmm.
if we can't learn from our own stuff, let's learn from somebody else's stuff. Well, we won't have to go through it.
That's true. That's true, Miss Deborah. And one other thing I wanted to point out, because you made a point with how hard they are coming down on her. Let's focus on the they. And this is why it's so important for us as sisters to have these conversations, right?
Yes.
Because the world will come down harshly on us. But if anybody can understand and have sympathy and empathy and understanding for us, it should be us.
Us.
We shouldn't expect them to have that much concern, love, compassion, and empathy for us. Now,
For
that's not to
us.
say other folks may not, sometimes surprise us, and that's a pleasant surprise, and
Yes.
we're grateful when we see it because it's so rare in this world. But no matter how people treat us on the outside, we need to treat each other better.
Better.
Especially concerning the fact that we know that the world doesn't always deal fairly with us. And because we know that, we need to be extra conscious of how we treat each other. Because
For a
we
simple,
know.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead,
It
Miss
just
Deborah.
reminded me of how the Bible says Jesus was not even accepted in His own
That's
community.
true.
People denied Him. People lied on Him. People was waiting on Him to mess up. People saw His miracles. The disciples was with Him every day, saw His miracles, and still didn't believe in Him. Still didn't believe that they had the same gift and power that He had. And I'm just thinking about, just if you just look at it, if you judge so harshly, that stuff can fall on your kids, your grandkids, or your future generation. If you depend on how you judge people, you talk about people, you you already know, family's the hardest people to get along with.
That's true. That's
Your
very
own
true.
kind, the hardest people to accept you, hardest people to forgive, not hold grudges. And so, what you
Right.
think the world gonna do to you?
That's very true. And this is the thing. Serafina Speaks says she is from London. She's in London, but she's from Zambia.
Bless your heart.
Well, listen, sis, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe so you can come back, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We have some other family that's
Love
here
you.
from cross the pond too. That's in London. I think it was another lady in London, somebody from Germany yesterday, and I think we had a young lady from Uganda that was here the other day. So we're very happy to have you here. You are so welcome.
Bless you.
Hold on, y'all. How we do it in church? You welcome once, you welcome twice. I ain't gonna clown in here, but you are very welcome. And please do come again. Hey, allegedly, Elise. Yes, a minor setback for a major comeback. That's very true.
Amen.
That's very, very true. And these are the things that we have to consider. Those mistakes sometimes are what change our lives. We have some mistakes that we have made that literally become pivotal moments in our lives. Like,
Yes.
literally, though, if it had not been for those mistakes, and just like the lady was saying in the video, but a lot of times by our own making, sometimes we are the architect of our own troubles.
Yes.
But even with that, yes, Elise, you remember how it go. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. That's right, and that's how we feel around here. And so
Yeah.
when we look at this situation, I can remember a time in my life.
Mm.
Again, y'all know I don't mind being transparent,
Mhm.
right? Here's the thing. I made a terrible mistake, right? And hey, the real Miss Fake Avatar, how you doing? Sister Victoria Fernandez, how you doing? And Miss Serafina Speaks is hollering at us. She say, how you? I know that's right. And so I made a mistake, y'all. And I wasn't one of those children that, how people have these backstories to explain their bad behavior. We were poor and home. We wasn't poor, not hungry. I had a good daddy. He was a heck of a provider. I was just a bad kid, right? So I was doing
Mm-hmm.
stuff I didn't have no business. Well, Miss Deborah, I ended up all the way in Miami, 6 hours away from my mama's house, and she didn't
Lord
even know I had left the county, right?
Jesus. Mm,
And so while I'm down there, I was with some folks who was trading in some substances. And
mm-hmm.
I knew what they was trading in wasn't exactly what they told the people it was, if y'all
Mm-hmm.
get my drift.
Yes, got it.
So when them people went to checking them things and whatnot, and it wasn't exactly what they said it was, do you know them folks could have done something terrible
Yes,
to
they
me?
could have.
And the only thing I could remember to do at that moment was just pray. And it was crossing my mind like, my mama don't even know I'm down here.
Lord Jesus.
I wanted to cry, but I knew if I cried, that was going
Mm-hmm.
to give me away that something was wrong. But
Yes.
from that mistake, it helped me to change how I was moving in life. Sometimes those terrible mistakes, and it was a setback. Like I ended up in a little
Yes.
bit of a
Yes.
situation behind it, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't lose my life over it. But it
A,
helped me to make different decisions.
a setback for a comeback
Exactly.
because you learn that you'll never do that again.
Right. And that's what it takes sometimes, are those mistakes. So, I wouldn't wish this on her ever. She's such a beautiful young lady. She
Well,
was
I have a
already being
testimony.
attacked. She was already being attacked for her hair,
Yes.
her
Yes.
nails, and all this
Yes.
stuff. Delicia,
Yes.
right. God was with me. That's why I love him so much. And as much as I clown and cut up and we drag and we
Yes.
play messy or whatever, you will never catch me deny him on my worst day, because
I
he's been very good to
yes.
me.
I want
But
to share a personal testimony with you.
okay.
Maybe somebody might identify with it.
Uh-huh.
Um, wh- I grew up in Chicago, but I was born in Mississippi. Um, my mom, uh, she was not at home. I was the oldest girl at 7 years old, cooking hot grits at the stove in the chair, getting popped, being burnt, trying to feed my brothers and sisters, to the point where I couldn't take that lifestyle anymore, living in the Robert Teller projects, poverty, abuse, all kinds of stuff. One day I'll share more with you, but right now I'm just talking about when I I couldn't take it anymore. I was 15. I just went to Mississippi like I normally do in the summer, but I decided not to come back. And I didn't care if my mom whooped me, drugged me, or cussed me out, whatever she had to do, but I refused to go back. But in the meantime, between time, next thing I know, my whole family moved down there. So I believe that was God. That wasn't a mistake. But in the
Mm-hmm.
meantime, between time, Sister Sanitra, I met my husband, and I was just 15 years old, but I didn't know he was going to be my husband. But
Mm-hmm.
I was so immature and I was so abused and misused and mistreated that I thought his love was the only love.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, my I laid down with him the first time, only time. Didn't even know what I was doing. Still don't know how I got pregnant. I thought I
Hmm.
was having a devil's baby because I didn't do it the way people say you're supposed to do it. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? I don't know if any kids listening, but you don't have to have penetration all the time. You can just grind.
Amen.
You could just grind on
And
top of
get
your
in
clothes,
trouble.
and that stuff happened to you. But because the teacher told me, biology teacher told me that it was
You
that's
got
what
in,
boys
yeah,
do.
you got in trouble like that, right?
So in the meantime, all my family, Tanisha, would call me, say I made a mistake. You made a mistake, and I'm bad, and don't want me around their kids, and I'm bad news, and all this stuff like that, and talked about me. But I remember what my grandmama told me. You got caught. They didn't get caught. But but one day, guess what? She told me I'll be able to see the truth. And I'm telling you right now, all their daughters got pregnant. All their sons had babies out of wedlock. And it was horrible, the situations they had to go through because they weren't taught or given the skills of how to raise kids.
But see,
So
that's what I was getting at, Miss Deborah, is the
mm-hmm,
fact that we have to identify. See, when you had that dark moment, that
mm-hmm,
was an opportunity for your family, especially the elder women in your family, to come around you, of course, acknowledge your wrong. Your wrong was in front of you, and it wasn't no way to hide it. But they still should have been able to identify with you and say, you know what? I'm sorry that this happened. I've messed up too, baby. I just didn't get caught. Or I was in school with a girl who messed up and she turned out okay. They should have found a way to identify with where you were rather than beating you down for what you did.
that's
Once
what I got.
once we've acknowledged the wrong, y'all, ain't no point in rubbing the person's nose in it.
Amen.
It doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever other than to break the spirit of the person
Yes.
that you claim you holding accountable. See, there's a
Yes.
difference in accountability, y'all, and abuse.
Yes.
See, certain things,
Yes.
then you start bordering, it becomes borderline abuse. You bordering on abuse, emotional abuse, sometimes even verbal abuse because of the fact that that person already knows that they wrong. They
Yes.
already know they
I
wrong.
already know it.
So you acknowledging it is just, confirming it. Like, yes, you are wrong. You absolutely
Mm-hmm.
correct. And if that person is not ready to acknowledge it, then sometimes they need to hear it from somebody who loves them that,
Yes.
yes, you are wrong. That's okay to
Yes.
do that. But
Mm-hmm.
after you've done that,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no point in rubbing their nose in their
Yes.
mistakes. They know what they did wrong better than
Yes.
you. They was there and you what. So
Yes.
after you've done that, now it's time to identify. Let's try to identify with where they are.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. Let's identify with where they are.
Sister Sinitra,
Hmm?
you're 1,000% correct. Just like that young lady who
Mm-hmm.
everybody trying to shine the spotlight on for her having that substance in her system.
Right.
Nobody knows where she was. Nobody knows where she's at. Nobody knows how it feels. I still have my mom, but I lost my father.
Same here, girl.
But you know, my mom always said you get one mama.
Yep.
Nobody knows how that's gonna feel when you lose your
When
mama,
it's
or
your
if you
turn.
lose your. Nobody knows. My mama said if anything happened to me, it would hurt her. I tell her anything happened to her, it would hurt me. But nobody knows what
You
that
know,
would take you to.
but this is the thing. Some of the people who have been where you are, if they're not healthy, they can end up being some of your harshest critics
Amen.
and have the least amount of understanding,
Mm,
which honestly baffles me.
yes.
Let's think about this thing. This child is grieving. She made mistakes, but then, like I said, with the folks that were around her, when were they supposed to kick in and say, baby, don't do that, or
Yes.
sis, don't do that, hey, let me buy you a drink? I mean, not that drinking is good, but it would have
Mm-hmm.
been better to buy
Mm-hmm.
this girl a
Mm-hmm.
drink, or
Mm-hmm.
buy a six-pack, or take her to get something to eat, try to keep her
Mm-hmm.
laughing, and I know it's hard. Like you said, I have not lost my mother. I've been
Mm-hmm.
blessed. I still got mama, praise
Hallelujah.
God. But
Mm-hmm.
I lost my daddy, who was my right arm and my everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I say my everything, I was much closer to my father than I was to my mother. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, that level of grief. I can never say I know exactly how she felt because I've not been where she is and I don't know her mother and her and her mother's relationship. But
Yes.
I can tell you, oh Lord, sisters, we sorry to hear
Jesus.
that.
Jesus. Jesus.
Wow. Have mercy. And the red lipstick hustler Lily says, what pisses me off about the situation is
Mm-hmm.
when clear people have had drugs, steroids in their system. They were allowed to be in the Olympics, the shade of it all. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying, Lily, is the fact that we know that other people may not always have compassion for us. And we know this, that this has been our history in this place. This has been our history in this place. They have shown us time and time again that while compassion is appreciated when we receive it, it's not something that we should come to look for because it's not often given. But within the village, I really and truly feel like I want us to bring the village back. Within the village, we should have compassion for each other. If nobody else understands us, we should understand us. If nobody else takes time to try to identify where we're coming from, real talk, we need to identify where we're coming from.
Sister in nature, I want to say, I hear a lot of times different people bring up the clear people, but what
Mm-hmm.
I say is, I have, you just saw one clear person. That's my grand.
Yes.
We have Mexican, black, white. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Indian. I
Mm-hmm.
I could see them when I go visit my family in Mississippi. They all there, and they all act the same. It, in regardless of what color they are. There's some shady ones in every kind. It's a
But
good
see, but the difference is I don't even speak on them and how they behave, because how they behave doesn't reflect on me. No,
yeah,
nor in my opinion should it
yeah,
hold any weight with the village. We
yes.
have spent the last 400 years worrying about what other folks is doing.
You're right.
I'm gonna tell you the truth and shame the devil. I don't give a damn what other folks is doing, and I'm not talking about Mexicans. I'm talking about clear folks. I don't care what them
Okay.
clear folks doing.
Okay.
That's right, Alondra. You better talk about it, girl, honey. We got some sisters up in here that's part of the village that's not Africa, but they still identify, and I understand.
Yeah.
But when I say we got to bring the village back, I'm talking about us. I'm
Yes.
tired of us misbehaving and then
Yes.
saying, well, them clear people do it. I don't care what them clear people do. It's time for us to remember who we are. We used to love each other. There was a time when we encouraged each other.
Yes.
We still have evidence of that time. We have wonderful HBCUs,
Mm,
complete institutions of knowledge built on the idea that we believed we could and set out to get it done.
yes.
We have D9. We have the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities, which were brotherhood and sisterhood of people who said we can do and be better and set out to do it. Those
Yes.
legacies are still standing today.
Yes.
We
Thank God.
have too many evidences of
Yes.
the fact that we can.
Yes.
The fact that Black Wall Street existed, it proves that we can. I'm from Florida. Y'all know about Eatonville. Eatonville is still a standing testament to the fact that we can.
Yes, we can.
We ain't them. That's right, Maxine. We ain't them. We us. And guess what? Being us is enough. We are enough. And I want y'all to understand that and feel it in your bones. All right. We got us a Zeta Phi Beta in the building. Much love, sis. The
Love you.
fact of the matter is, we are enough. The
Love you.
foolishness that's been going on is what we got to bring a stop to. Folks
Yes.
sitting around and feeling like black ain't enough.
It's
They
enough.
can't just say, I'm a black woman. I'm part this and part that, and sitting up naming off boat stops. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm part Puerto Rico, part Dominican. That ain't nothing but where they stopped the slave ship. Cut
Mm.
it out.
Mm.
Cut the mess. See, at the end of the day, we family. That's why when you come over here, I tell you, you family. You at your sister's house. Take your shoes off and get comfortable. Okay? I'm not on your mama's side. Usually mama's side be the bougie people. I'm your daddy's sister. Okay? When you come over here, I'm going to tell you the God, heaven, truth, and we ain't finna play with you. That's right, girl. The home
Please.
of Zora Neale Hurston. That's right. See,
Yes.
at the end of the day, we are sisters.
Yes.
We're family.
Family.
We black, and we are enough.
Jesus.
We
Jesus.
are enough. We have shown and proved so many different ways. We are some of the most compassionate, most loving, most forgiving people with everybody except each other. And
Wow.
that, my love, is what
Wow.
has to stop.
Yes.
That is what has to stop. We got to learn how to love each other. Again, let me tell y'all what I told you the other day, and I'm going to repeat it. Beloved, black love is revolutionary. Not just between men and women. It's revolutionary when they can see us love each other.
Yes.
Not respective to whether you from up north, down south, whether you on an island, whether you from the continent of Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, South Africa.
No
If
matter.
you, us, we family.
Yes.
And we got to learn that we are enough.
Enough.
When one of our sisters or our brothers fall short, remember how to show love. Remember to empathize with them, even after they done something wrong.
Yeah.
We ain't got to rub their nose and everything,
Right.
y'all. We ain't got to do it.
Yes.
And after you finish doing all of that,
Yeah.
family, remember to encourage them. Tomorrow's another day.
Yes. Yes.
Tomorrow is another day.
To get it right.
If you did wrong Tuesday, Wednesday ain't happened yet.
No.
Wednesday has not happened yet. Encourage each other. Encourage yourself. If you feel
Yes.
like you're weak, Listen, the royal family be over here. Come over here. If you feel weak, one of our sisters gonna have enough oil in her vessel that she can loan you. I promise you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That link stays in the chat the whole time I'm here. If you feel like you need to come up here and holler at your sisters and let us just pour into you and
Jeez,
sow into you, come up here and do that, man.
thank you for building me up right now. That's why I'm staying. That's why I
Straight
keep
up.
back.
That's what we're supposed to do. And let me tell y'all this too. That's the other reason I keep my contact information scrolling on this screen the whole time. And y'all know I'm not good with technology. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure you have access to me. I am your sister, and I'm not just talking.
Thank you.
I mean that.
Thank you for being.
So that's all I'm trying. I don't mean to cut you, Miss Deborah, but I just want to get my whole thought out. This is where I'm coming from. This is what I want us to do for each other. I'm telling you. That's why I keep saying, if you feel like you want to become a part of this family and you know you can't afford to do it right now because maybe your money a little funny, ain't nobody gonna judge you, baby. At the end of the day, all our money done been funny. I was laughing at my money last month. Hey. So the truth of the matter is, if you want to become a part of the family, please contact me and let me know. And I will do everything in my power, even if I got to pay it for you, to help you if you want to participate and be a part. Because like I said, we got to encourage each other. If you make a mistake, it ain't the end of the world. Hey, princess, how you doing? Man, mistakes happen. Ain't nobody God around here. Ain't nobody God around here. And ain't none of these Negroes got heaven and hell to send you to either. At all. If you feel like you need encouragement, come over here to the royal family. We got you. We got you on encouragement. I promise you we do. And we got enough to go around. And then when it's time for us to be messy, we know when it's time to be messy and silly. If we got to drag somebody across the porch, guess what we gonna do? We gonna drag them across the porch. But it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be jokes, and ain't nothing gonna be malicious and mean-spirited and angry and evil. Because that ain't what we about over here. But I want us to really and truly consider how we treat each other when we right, and how we treat each other even when we're wrong. You ain't got a person shouldn't have to be perfect in order to be loved. That's what I'm saying. We should love each other whether we perfect or not. Go ahead, Miss Deborah. I had to get that out.
No, I'm glad you got it out, because that's not a perfect love. But all God asks us to do is just love. And love in spite of, even love the ones who spitefully try to use us. It's hard. It's hard to forgive and love someone that hurt you. But if you don't love, then how can God love us? If you don't forgive, how could God forgive us? So in the meantime, between time, I thank you for the gift and the mantle of the power of God that He's giving you to be able to minister to all women. Even some men in here, some men in
Yeah,
here.
because we got some brothers in here that, let me tell you, we got some solid brothers in here too.
Amen.
It's one brother, he pop up every now and then, and he'll just show up and tell me what to do and be helping me out. One of my little nephews was helping me out with some stuff. I mean, this is what I want to see. Like, real talk. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it till the casket close. We got the power to change and reshape what is reality. We
Yes.
got the power. Like, people running around, oh, black people crabs in a bucket. Number one, I wish people would quit saying that. That's number one. And number two, I wish we'll quit feeding into it. Just because somebody say that about you don't make it true. We can encourage each other. We can help each other. Listen, this family right here, we getting ready to do the Black Business Spotlight. We're going to do it once a month and try to spotlight at least 3 Black businesses a month if they bring us their information and allow us the opportunity to do so. We do not have to be what people tell us we are. We ain't got to be that. I don't care what they said about you. It ain't about what people call you. It's about what you answer to.
Amen.
You can call me anything you want to, but it don't make it so.
Don't make it so.
I want us to be better. I want us to do better. I want us to encourage each other. I want us to help each other. That's why I was like, you know what, this is a good opportunity. I saw that little video on
Mm,
Instagram, y'all. That thing touched me. I say, wow, this is nice. They
mm.
took out their time and made this nice little, edited video. You say you happily buy from Black owned business. Me too. I love it. And yeah, that's rah. That's gonna happen at the family meeting on Friday. Please go to the community tab. If you're a member of the royal family, make a quick announcement. If you are a member of the royal family, meaning you have joined channel membership, please go and check the community tab so you'll have the time and date of the family meeting on Friday. Well, it's this Friday, but you'll be able to get the time. If for some reason you're not able to make the meeting, if you leave a message for me, a comment or anything, or contact my email, I will make sure that you get the minutes of the meeting, or a synopsis of what happened at the meeting, so you can still give your input. And once again, anybody who wants to participate and you're not able, yeah, I know you a member, sis, but anybody who wants to participate and you're not a member of the royal family and you want to join the royal family, please contact me either on my Instagram DM or in my email and let me know. And I will happily pay yours for you until you're able to do so for yourself. We don't want you to be left out based on money, because see, money come and money go. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have our family meeting on Friday. And then those of you who want to go over to Sister Nosy house, because she says she having a roast for that young person who decided it was a good idea to disrespect our sister princess. And I'm sorry, y'all, but this is back to the mess. I'm all for it. When you attack one of our sisters or you mistreat one of our sisters, we don't have your back. And we're going to start doing that too. Thank you so much, Miss GJ, for becoming a family member. When you do things to hurt our sisters, we gonna let you know as loudly as we can that we do not stand with you. Absolutely, every single time without fail. We do not stand with you. And that's just the facts. Oh, you say that's the first for any YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Well, listen, I don't mind. I don't mind. Linda Ford says she will donate for 1 month too. So we have sisters here who have a heart like mine and they don't mind giving. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure if you want to participate that you can, and we're gonna stand together because that's what family does. Okay? Exactly, brown skin beauty 52. When it's justified, it's justified. And family have to stand together. Hey, Egypt now. She says, good afternoon, royal family. I hope all is well with everyone. Yes, sis, we glad to see you here. We ain't staying too long today. It was just a quick chat. I wanted to blow through because I saw that video that LSU made for Sha'Carri Richardson, and said it was an open letter to her. Roz Storm, thank you so much for becoming a royal family member. Welcome, and we're so happy to have you. We're so very happy to have you. And thank you so much, Miss GJ. Oh man, thank you for being here. We're glad to have you as part of the family. We want as many genuine, loving folks as we can get. And if you ain't so loving, just stay around. You'll become loving before you go. And that's just the truth. But the link is still there. I'm gonna put everything on the countdown. If all hearts are clear and ain't nobody else got nothing to say, we gonna let y'all go for today, and we gonna get us some rest and get some things done. Oh, we got another family member, Miss Reed. Thank you for becoming a royal family member. I do appreciate you, all of you new members. Please, if you have the opportunity, please do come into the family meeting on Friday. Please show up so that you can assist. You a blesser where you can. Okay, I hear you. I know about them blessers. Yes, Miss Deborah had to go. All right. Thank you, Miss Deborah, for coming in. We appreciate you. We really and truly appreciate you. You've been listening while you working. I know that's right. Well, that's the whole thing. Roz, thank you first. You say thank me. Thank you. Green Eyes 2X. Yeah, you a little late, sis. You might have to catch us on the playback because we was in here for a good time, but not a long time. Kadiatu. Am I saying your name right? Kajatu. Birthday. Love and love the love and light. Thank you so much. If I'm messing up your name, please correct me. Hey, House of the Princess. She said, we appreciate your support. Listen, the royal family supports you. You are sister, and we're going to show support to our sisters every single time without fail. There will never be a time when we do not support our sisters. Absolutely. Miss Harris says she has to go. All right. So with that being said, new family members, new Royal family members, please try to make the meeting on Friday. What I'd like to have happen on Friday, Cardi or Crystal is fine. Okay, thank you, sister. Um, I want us to find out everybody's strengths and what you're able to do and what you specialize in, so that way you can be useful to the royal family, and also so that you can showcase what you're able to do. And there's some other goodies that we're going to talk about and take part in, some things we're going to plan. I want to plan us a good little family reunion, but that'll come later. But we got a lot of things that we want to look into. So if you're a new royal family member, please try to make that meeting on Friday. And again, send me a quick message. If you're not able to and you want the minutes from the meeting or a synopsis of what happened at the meeting, please contact me and I'll be happy to do that. I'll see if I can get my baby to take notes so you can also get the information if you have to work or something's going to keep you away from the meeting. Alexis E, hey girl, thank you so much for becoming a royal family member. Miss Darlene Wilkins, how you doing? Friday, I believe it's at 5:30. Somebody check the community tab for me and then come tell Miss GJ. It's on the community tab, but I don't know how to get over there and get back over here. Oh, you back, Lily? Okay. Okay, happy to be happy. All right, well, you got all the freedom in the world. Let me get over here and see if I can find it for you and see if I can get the time. Give me just a second, y'all, and I will do that. I be struggling with this computer. I struggle so bad. Okay, here we go. Let me get over here and take a look. Computer moving slow. Here we go. Now let me hit the community tab. I believe it's at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but I just want to double check. I don't want to tell you anything wrong if I can help it. That's the last thing I want to do. Let's see. Yes, it's at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you can make it, please be there. Miss Rochelle, thank you so much for putting that in there as well. Thank you so much. Yes, yeah, there is a membership, Happy to be Happy. The link for membership is in the description box for this video, and it's also on the home page for this channel. But if you go to the description box, you should be able to click on that. That'll be 3 o'clock Pacific time for you because you out there in California. Okay, yes, ma'am, that will be Friday. So if you all are able to attend, please try to. And those of you who may miss it, don't worry. Just let me know and I will get that information to you. I can guarantee it. Okay. And yes, if you can join, please do. And like I said, if you'd like to and cost is an issue for you, just contact me privately. I ain't gonna put your business out there. I'm not one of those folks. Just contact me privately and I will make sure that you have the ability to do so, not respective of cost. Okay. Miss Sharon Redmond, thank you so much for becoming a royal family member. All right. Thank you so much. Right, you said you'll be there. That's good. So I'm excited. It looks like we're going to have enough family there so we can sit down and figure out together in an orderly fashion what we would like to do as a family, how we would like to move forward as a family, what we can do to help each other, and how to organize things, because we want to make sure that we can organize. We don't want to be around here running around like chickens with our heads cut off. That ain't what we want to do. Let me see. You say you don't see it, Zelene? Hold on. Let me go back over here. When I click on the community tab, I'm seeing it under the community tab. Zelene, get with me after the fact, and you should be able, and I'll see if I can sit down and help you get where you need to go. Because what's under the community tab is the information for the meeting on Friday. It says members only. It's the picture of the crown, and it gives you the information on the meeting. So if you need help after this, please contact me on the email or in my inbox. Let me know, and I'll sit down with you one-on-one, and I'll make sure you're able to get all your information and your notifications. And also, those of you who are Royal Family members, we're going to go ahead and try to start our text notifications. So that way, if YouTube doesn't do right by us, we can still get those text notifications out so that you all will know when I'm going live, guaranteed. Everybody else might still be iffy waiting on YouTube, but at least if you are a member, you will get your notifications. Miss Macine 13, hey sister, she became a Royal Family member. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, it's under the video. Like if you hit the video description, the link is in there. It says membership, and there's a link. If you tap that, it should get you there. All right, you from Cleveland, Ohio, in the building. Good evening, Shanitra, and everyone in the chat. Miss Roundtree, we happy to see you. Well, y'all, listen, we've had a good and productive little live stream. We had a great time. I really appreciate every one of you. Oh, you're more than welcome to come and sit on the porch. I really appreciate you all. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, that's when we have our front porch gossip. That's when we can let our hair down, and the week is almost over. So sometimes we need to relax and get it all off, get our laughs in and everything before Friday. Friday sometimes is just as hard as Monday. So we'll be here for our front porch gossip tomorrow night, so we can just be ladies and not take things too seriously. Have us a little fun, a little kiki. We'll do that again tomorrow night. As far as the rest of the day, I hope you all have a wonderful and a productive day. I hope that everyone continues to be blessed, be safe, be positive, be fruitful, happy to be happy. Thank you so much for becoming a Royal Family member. And listen, y'all, take care until tomorrow, because I won't be back until tomorrow. But just know that you all are special to me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have a great evening. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.